In today's video, you will see the most difficult feet I have ever worked on. I'll give you some at-home tips to prevent your feet from ending up in this condition, and you're going to be amazed at the before and after transformation. So stay tuned. Okay, you can go ahead and put these feet in the water. Is that too warm?
No.
Okay. I'll take one foot, and you can straighten it all the way out because we're going to apply some callus remover to the bottom of your feet. And this client is a retired woman from Florida who has seen a podiatrist but says they did nothing for her, and that's why she decided to make the trip to Michigan. She has to wear really big shoes that are way too big for her feet so her feet don't hurt so bad. Did I think when I first took a look at her feet that she had a couple of giant warts on the side of her big toes and almost sent her home? Yep. But when I took a closer look at the consistency of the skin, I could tell that it was just terribly calloused skin that needed attention.
How many of these do you do a day?
I try to limit myself to...
I would guess you don't take walk-ins.
I do not. You are correct.
That's why it took me so long to get here.
Yeah. Yeah, it takes a few months to get in to see me.
It took me about a month, I think.
Now, I know it's going to look like a lot. It's going to look different after the cuticle remover and stuff starts to work. So I know you said that you were embarrassed, but don't feel bad. It's going to start to look different, and so I can get it off. It's going to turn white. If you're new here, welcome. Please subscribe and turn on your notifications in case you are chosen as the winner in the random comment game. And sometimes when your toenails have been so long, if you cut them too short, the tips of your toe will feel kind of vulnerable. So I'm not going to make them as short as I can get them. Because you should come back to see me in a couple of months to let me do one more time, and then you should be able to maintain them at home. People ask me often, what do I do if I have people who are so ticklish and who can't stand somebody touching their feet? And I use a towel, so it helps the sensitivity. So it's kind of feels like a sock touching your foot instead of somebody's hand. So I'll do that with you today.
This little guy goes with me everywhere.
He's so sweet.
He rides the bike.
Normally, I would probably thin out a thicker toenail before attempting to trim it, but if you look at the tip of her big toe, I can see the thickness of the toenail, and the thickness is actually underneath her toenail. So I wanted to remove all of the excess skin under the toenails and on top of the toenails before I use the electric file to thin out the toenail, because I didn't want to make the mistake of going down too far and removing too much of the actual nail plate and then realize that it was just a callous skin underneath the nail.
He goes to the groomer for that. That he needs to go.
Relax your toes. There. So how did I make my decision that this client didn't have a wart and that it was just actually calloused skin and buildup on her toe? Warts have a pattern to them, and they look more like cauliflower, and even though this might look like that, it has a specific wear pattern to her footprint or her shoe, and it continues over to the tips of her other toes. So it's definitely from a pair of shoes that she's been wearing, and it's symmetrical. She has one exactly like it on her other foot. The chances of somebody having symmetrical warts on one foot and the other foot is pretty much near impossible. And after the skin gets soggy, warts don't get crumbly and you can't just rub off the top of the skin. The type of cells that warts are made of, you can't just rub off.
Relax your feet. People try to hold real still, and then their toes get real stiff. I can't move them around.
You can probably guess she's going to have to soak more than one time to get all of this buildup that is adhered to her nail plate off.
So does it look different in person than it does watching the channel online?
Yeah, because the way it looked on, I thought it hurt. It looked like you were really digging in there, but
Right.
it doesn't feel that way.
No.
When she asked people, does it hurt? I'm not hurting you or something. No?
You too could learn how to use the electric file and prevent injury or harming a client by taking my online electric file pedicure training on my online training center at academy.themeticulousmanicurist.com. When you take an online training course, I do have some special offers for some kits at a reduced price. Otherwise, you can purchase any of the tools that I'm using on my online store at themeticulousmanicurist.com and then click online store.
So what made you finally decide to come and see me?
When I saw you on Facebook or somewhere.
Had you seen a doctor or podiatrist for them in the past?
I have, but they didn't do anything.
They didn't.
Well, I went to one and I just couldn't cut my nails anymore. So I went to the podiatrist to have him do it, and we were talking. I said, I don't know. I said, I've had such awful problems since I got psoriasis, psoriatic psoriasis. He said, and I don't always do it. I always do it. Usually wet side.
I want to look at your toes before you leave.
Huh?
I want to look at your toes before you leave today, too. I have psoriasis. I know what nails look like that have psoriasis.
Okay, good.
And you might just have nail fungus.
Yeah, but he didn't say that.
Did he test it?
But no.
Relax your toe. No, you're pulling up. I was holding on for dear life. I'm like, this baby's gonna slip out of my fingers any second and go boing. There's that ticklish part.
Oh. Do you want me to take him?
I'm just gonna lift your foot up a little bit. We kind of go in and out and in and out, little at a time. You don't want to take off too much that isn't softened yet.
Mm-hmm. Now, do you just rent a space from that guy?
No, this is my salon.
Oh,
It's her
okay.
husband.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And son
Yeah.
I knew the son was his.
that deserves a raise.
How old is he?
He'll be 19 next month.
Mm-hmm.
Our receptionist had a family emergency and couldn't be here today, so he's filling in last minute. tangerine.
Tangerine and sand.
Salt.
Salt.
I don't know. I'm guessing so.
Yeah, it's salt.
Yeah, I really smell
I
it.
use coconut oil and so.
All right, that foot can go back into the water.
I have a self-care tip for those of you who, when you get out of the shower, can't reach your feet to dry them off. Typically, when you can't dry off the skin or scrub the tops of your feet while you're in the shower, when you get out of the shower, any of the skin that has gotten softened, it just dries right back on the surface of your skin. So take a towel, throw it down on top of your foot, and then use your opposite foot to rub the towel onto the top of your foot and rub in between your toes as best you can to get off that buildup of skin. Thick calluses can crack and bleed, and that has happened over time on the side of her toes. She had some little black speckles, and that was just some dried up body fluid into that skin, so I'm going to be really careful when I file the callus with the foot file because you can see the little tiny cracks, and I don't know how deep those go down, and I don't want to break open the skin while she's getting her pedicure service today.
What do you eat, Taco Bell?
No, that sure was good.
Was. I said it was. He didn't have the nachos.
They're not carrying them anymore.
I did.
I think that's what I read. It's a Mexican restaurant without nachos.
Right.
That's a little weird, yeah.
What do you want to do?
I don't know what's around here.
There's a nice little diner a couple doors over.
Do they have french fries?
Mm-hmm.
Are they good?
Yep.
You know what I really like?
I love to use sanding caps on hard to file places. This sanding cap's a tiny bit too big. I probably should have used my pink sanding caps. They're just a little bit smaller and a little bit better grit, but I was all out of them that day, but this did the job just fine. You just have to be more careful because it's so big. You can't see exactly where you're going. So to get closer to the nail, I just switched to my ceramic cone in medium
That's okay.
fine, and I'm not hurting her. She's just super, super ticklish, so she's a little bit jumpy.
Oh my gracious, I could go to sleep.
I know it gets warm in here.
Warm and quiet. Meticulous manicurist.
Just my whole career, my clients would always tell me
Oh,
how much they enjoyed my services because I was so meticulous.
oh.
So when I decided to start my YouTube channel, it was just kind of a natural thing.
Yeah.
I take it you went to school for this.
Yeah.
We watched that toe roll.
Mm-hmm.
I like his voice.
My daughter had to have a toenail removed just like 3 or 4 weeks ago, and she went to a surgeon in Marshall. And when he was waiting for the last shot to numb, you know, the big one, he come in, he says, well, just watch the toe bro and we got this figured out here. She says, well, good.
It's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jonathan and I did a video together last year.
And Jonathan is,
The toe bro.
oh,
That's his name.
where is he? Okay.
He's in Toronto.
That's what I thought. So you went there?
No, a client went to see him and then she came to see me. So we did a collaboration video.
Because I don't.
We have a lot of this.
I wonder if he's
same
the one that said
followers.
he can't come to the state. He can't work here. Probably because of license issues and everything.
Yeah.
Well, too, a lot of your, what do I want to say, you can't go to other countries and work unless you have a work visa or something, because then you're taking a job away from regular people that live there. Does that sound right? Because Lynn couldn't work in Thailand.
Oh, okay. Well, did he want to work?
He thought about teaching English, but you have to know Thai, I think.
Well, he sure couldn't learn
I
Thai.
know. That's our brother.
Oh.
They sat down somewhere at a picnic table and ordered a beer in Thailand. So he was practicing his Thai, and he says, I'll have a whatever in Thai. And everybody just burst out laughing. He asked for a large.
Bleep.
Oh my gosh.
His wife is from Thailand.
Oh my goodness.
Isn't that hilarious?
That is hilarious.
I think that might have been the end of his studies.
And yeah, probably. But I can see him saying it, and then I can hear him laughing.
Oh my
about
gosh, can't you just see him?
it. Yeah.
Bless his heart.
Let's do it, buddy.
What's the name of this salon?
Voila Salon and Spa. Voila.
I got that.
It's contest time, and we have a goal, and we need your help. We need for you guys to click the share arrow and use the hashtag PedicureCraze in a social media post so more people can find our channel. The YouTube algorithm is kind of crazy, and it isn't being very nice to us right now. And our goal is to really help as many people as we can, and I would love for more people to be able to find us with your help. And with just a couple of clicks from you, we could do that. Everyone who enters by using the hashtag PedicureCraze will be entered into a drawing to win a $200 gift certificate to my online store when we hit our 500,000 subscriber goal.
This says Meyer has turkeys for 33 cents a pound. Is this a spam type?
I don't know. How much is
Buy
turkey?
turkeys?
Heck no, I make Bruce grocery shop. I have no idea how much food costs. I'm always here. I don't grocery
I
shop.
got my turkey.
Did you?
I
Did you get a whole or whatever?
Yeah, I carved it already.
I'm gonna get one, and Doug's gonna cut it in half for me, and I'm gonna freeze half and cook half.
Is he gonna cut it in half lengthwise or widthwise?
I got a bunch of turkey.
Right down the back.
Okay.
Oh Jesus,
I got my
Vicky! Oh my gracious!
I posted that on Facebook.
Did you?
They we got a budget. Yeah. Someone says, well, if you hurry and come down and have Thanksgiving, I says, well, I'll bring my turkey. It's all carved. 'Cause I don't think it would make it because it was in Arizona.
So when he does that, I get half a gizzard, half a heart, half a neck.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Which half you were gonna eat?
Does he take it out?
He does it frozen. He can't do it.
You do it on the bandsaw?
Uh-huh. He does.
What? What do you want? Do you want some to Mama?
And he says, and don't you be telling anybody I do this. Because I'm only doing it for you.
You're so cute.
The before and after photos are coming right up, and you're not going to believe the difference.
Couple times.
I want that tool too.
Huh?
Told her I wanted that tool too.
Well, I have them all.
No, you don't have the nippers.
Well, yeah.
Too bad they aren't delivered right now. While I'm here.
Well, he has to drive to Detroit to pick them up
I
at the
thought
airport.
they were coming here.
Not that far from the airport.
No, it's like 40 minutes from the airport. All right, you can bend that knee and put the foot flat right there. Well, what do you think?
Oh, so much better. Thank you.
You're welcome.
When a client books an appointment with me, I only have so much time to complete the service. It took a long time for her feet to get into the condition they were in, and it is going to take more than one pedicure service to restore them. So we did as much as we could in the time that we had, and the difference is pretty amazing, I think. But she will need some additional help, but she lives in Florida, so I don't know if I'll see her again, but I hope she finds someone in her area to help her at home.
Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to visit my channel. People like you are the reason for my success, and I appreciate it so much. But remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel for all the latest videos. Remember, it is free, and I'll see you next time.